Hallo und herzlich willkommen, liebe Planet-Coaster-Freunde. Ich bin der Zap mit meiner Zusammenfassung des dritten Livestreams zur Phase 2 der Alpha vom Planet-Coaster. Und zwar hat der dritte Livestream den Namen Fast Track. Es gibt eine Menge Zeug, die ich euch zeigen kann, viele Filme. Ich hoffe, ich kriege das in den gewohnten 20-25 Minuten unter. Seid bitte nicht böse, wenn ich euch nicht so viele Gespräche zeigen kann. Aber wenn ihr den kompletten Livestream sehen wollt, dann verlinke ich euch den wieder in die Videobeschreibung. Ich würde sagen, wir legen los. Viel Spaß!
Hello everybody and welcome to the Planet-Coaster livestream. I am your host Edward Lewis, part of the community management team here at Frontier Developments, and I am joined by some some very special guests. Of course, we have the game director of all people, Johnny Watts here on my left, stage right.
Hello.
And Sam Denny, lead artist.
Meow chicken.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a very exciting live stream for you today. We have forum questions from you guys that we've answered, that these guys have gone through and spend their own time going through these things. So thank you very much for those. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you for the very nice, easy questions everybody has asked.
It didn't seem easy when we were going through them earlier on. You were like, no, they're great. They're fantastic. We've got some. We're going to have some time to answer some questions from you guys in the chat. We'll have some giveaways, and of course, we've got videos. This live stream is all about coasters
and rides.
Is that right? Yes, apparently. That's why you were invited on.
No.
So to begin, Johnny.
Yep.
You really care about this stuff, don't you?
I love coasters, but I am not a coaster expert.
This guy's the coaster expert. So we bring you.
Oh right, yeah. Apparently that's what I'm paid to do.
I just love riding them. Really.
So, nachdem sich die Jungs dann vorgestellt hatten und auch der Game Director vorgestellt wurde, Game Director, ist das dann der Chef von allem so? Ja, glaub schon, oder? Ja, auf jeden Fall ging es dann relativ zügig zum ersten Film. Und zwar zur Vorstellung des neuen Coaster-Editors. Und ich kann schon mal vorwegnehmen, er hat mit dem Coaster-Editor von der Alpha 1 nicht mehr so viel zu tun, aber schauen wir mal rein.
Okay, so let's show it. Sam, are you going to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, can do.
Okay, I'll bring it up big on the screen so you guys can see it fully. Yeah, here we go. I will pause a lot, so you might hear lots of clicking and things like that as I'm pausing. And
so in here, you can actually start to see basically how some of the coasters there. I've got a sneak peek of that, but when you first obviously put down a coaster, you get your station as your default layout. You can pick sides which you want to have entrances and exits on. We've actually improved the control booth on there, which looks stunning. Oh, look at that! That's another one of my top favourites.
Was that air gates I just saw?
Yeah, air gates. So basically the station's now populated with air gates, which then align themselves perfectly to the seats of the cars. So and the air gates are long enough to hold more people than can actually get on the coaster, and you'll see people actually start to populate these air gates. They animate, and as you increase the number of trains, the air gates increase as well. So you can have big stations with more and more air gates on, basically. So it's really nice sort of tiny details and sort of a level of complexity that really kind of helps lends itself to kind of the game as a whole. Sort of thing.
I've paused it.
Yeah, I've just paused it a bit. One thing I wanted to point out, I think I might have seen some of it on the live chat before, is that we've changed we would call them the coaster editing gizmos. That they are now 2D, so they'll never get obscured. You might have seen in the editor we released via a cheat on Alpha 1, that they would get obscured as you rotate. This is really, a really, I think, a very important UX improvement, that you will always see the icons now when you're dragging around.
It feels cleaner and easier to negotiate what you're trying to achieve with the track direction and so on. I found it really confusing before, like you say, because some of the shapes got obscured, but this is so much clearer and really easy to use.
It is. It's just lots and lots of iteration. Again, there's going to be further improvements in Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and for release.
So this is just the start of what you guys are doing. I can't believe that all this is going in for Alpha 2 in just eight weeks work. This is incredible.
So we'll be putting this video up on the YouTube channel, so hopefully you'll be able to pause and actually see some of the details, because there's just so much detail which we're releasing to the player here.
Johnny, just shout out to pause when you want to. Right, pause. Go on.
Because you've got on here, well, at the start you saw, we've actually got LSM pieces here. So we've got some, Johnny, do you want to say the words? No? LSM? Do you remember what it means?
Linear synchronous motor.
There we go, yeah, brilliant, good job. So
I'm only an enthusiast.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I know, I'm sorry. But
it goes fast.
It does go really fast.
Yeah, okay.
It's really great. We love these things. They look really cool. It allows, and there's only kind of one type of LSM launched wing coaster of this type.
Scaling. Somebody asked about scaling for specials. Just thought we'd show you that.
Yeah, that looks really nice as well. And that gives you so much more flexibility, because they were kind of locked in the last build, and now that means you can actually build, around the scenery and stuff like that. But then, oh god, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, so this is showing testing now. Again, you can't really see close up, but we've now got the proper coaster test dummies on there, which are the ones which are filled with water, the real authentic ones that you see at all theme parks to simulate real people.
Yeah, so they put these on the coasters to kind of give you an idea. When they test it, they want to test it with full, the maximum load. Basically.
Oh, you've got dummies on there?
Yeah, can you see them?
Oh, right.
I'm pointing to them, and no one can see me pointing.
Point some more, Johnny.
I'll point to all. Yeah. So again, they're really cool. This is just showing that you can test your coaster as you're building it now. It's not a ghost car. We've tried to sort of again simulate real life a little bit.
Yeah, but this is so much cooler. It kind of really feels more like, say again, this the more authentic approach sort of thing. And we've kind of gone for our own stylized dummy, but these are the same as what you'd get on real coasters.
Sorry, I'm just skipping back and forth through this. I have a question for you guys. I'm sorry. You guys, you're the expert. You're the enthusiast. I'm the guy in the middle, right?
Yep.
What coaster are we seeing right here, right now? And is it something different to what we've seen before?
It sounds like a song that did, doesn't it? Anyway.
Joker's to the left of me.
Thanks.
So again, this is our first wing coaster that you'll see in the game. So this is one of the sort of more modern approach to coaster construction. They're getting really popular. They've got them all over the world. You'll see lots of different variants, and we've gone for our own kind of really cool sci-fi take. We've actually got a really nice render of this one we can show later on. But the experience is that you basically ride on the side of the track, so you're hanging literally down each side. So it's a really unique experience, especially when you get into rolls and turns and you get such lateral G-forces and so on. It's a beautiful thing, and again. It's an LSM, so it's a linear synchronous motor. It's got really fast acceleration. The idea is that you get shot down the track at high speed. There's no need for lift hills or anything like that. And they have magnetic brakes, trim brakes, and then at the end you have friction brakes to slow you down.
You can set acceleration. You can set the top speed as well. All that is again in the coaster panel is fully editable.
Yes, there's a lot of flexibility in terms of how you want to accelerate these things as well. We're looking at sort of how we can make it more, quick acceleration, a linear acceleration, or sort of a slow ramp up sort of thing to fast acceleration.
It's cool. One of my favourite theme parks, apart from Blackpool, is that they're saying it's part of Porta Ventura. I think that's called the Furious Baco, is it, or Baco? Where is it?
Yeah. Baco.
I want to see what's literally happening on the screen right now is quite. I want to talk to you some of this stuff, the tunneling.
Going underground, baby.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I'm really surprised at how well this works actually, because I thought I was really worried that we'd go underground and it'd be really hard to do, but it's really easy. You can actually still see what's going on, and you don't have to ghost the terrain.
And you can turn auto tunnel off and on, right? Oh yeah, I can see.
Yes, you can turn it off. Yeah. Again, more scaling, so scaling the
unbelievable.
Special here.
But again, there's the support configuration here. Like you can see the overbanks working. The supports. They are still, there's still lots and lots of work to do on those things. So we're putting more effort into kind of creating more realistic support. So these are pretty good, but we've still got a long way to go to get the configurations to where
Alpha 2 is really the start of our. It's the foundation for what we're going to be doing with coasters. Hopefully, people are going to see the attention to detail that we want to do. We need to improve upon it and add more coaster variants as well, and more special pieces and utility pieces.
Yeah, and I think just small details like on the launch coaster, you'll have anti-rollback brakes that will pop up after the launch, basically. So when the coaster rolls back,
you just missed that. That's the shortest ever autocomplete, but we've got autocomplete. It's really.
Go back and have a look again.
You can, but the video shows really short autocomplete.
It's just very, very quick, is it?
But that's kind of what it's good for, isn't
yeah.
it? Really,
People have problems.
Oh, I
joining
see what you mean.
Yeah, there you go.
Done.
But that was a frustration in the one that released in Alpha 1. People were having problems joining it up. You can use autocomplete really now.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
again,
another example.
oh, what's this? Hopefully, this is going to be a bit of
Tweaky Tweak is back. you can't stay away for long with Johnny Watts is around.
So what's really good about Tweaky Tweak now is that you can do a multi-select, so you can select more than one piece of track, and so that means that you can make much bigger wholesale changes and tweaks to the coaster. I think did you do some banking there?
It gives you far more organic, large-scale shapes, doesn't it? Really,
it looks
more unique
really
track
nice.
as well.
That track looks really nice.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So we're still working on the levels of detail on it as well, just getting it just right. There's still more tweaking to do on that. Again, bank here.
Sort of underlying code that kind of drives the levels of detail. We have a lot of breakdowns for different track type pieces, basically. So there's a lot of kind of work behind the scenes going on for that. So.
What's quite interesting with the banking you can do on there, you can actually it's got an angle snap on the moment. That's why it looks like it's doing big levels of granularity. But you can turn that off and really just tweak that banking angle to really fine level of detail.
Yes. There you go. Like you see, as you add more cars, air gates, they start to fill out basically, and you get the little arrows showing which direction is going. But again, this is prototype stuff. Early days. The control booth again, we just got a new one in.
Oh,
we're sort of looking
what
at
did
how
we just see there?
Ooh,
did we accidentally change the colour of the track?
Whoopsie!
Oh my god!
That looks really nice, by the way.
So
I've actually not seen this. This looks
in
really
the old days,
nice.
it was called FlexiColor. Now we might call it Paint.
Paint, paint jobs, paint schemes. Who knows?
So again,
nice.
so this is in Alpha 2. What isn't going to be in Alpha 2, but will be in Alpha 3, will be able to change the colours of the cars. That just missed it. I've seen it, but it's just not right yet. So.
The thing is, there's a level of complexity we want to do with the cars that is far more detailed. So, rather than just kind of going for a base, 4 colours for, we'll change all your car colours. We want to kind of break it down so you can go into a sort of more detail.
Do you want to just repeat that again? Because I think it's really important, because this is, again, another level of paint than what we've done in previous coaster games.
So for instance, if you were to take a car, a coaster car, and you were to look at its kind of its paint scheme, you naturally by default would get 4 channels, but we're looking into a way of kind of breaking that into, so you can actually look at more channels, multiple channels.
Ja, und da ist jetzt alles dabei, worauf wir gewartet haben, oder? Bremsen, Beschleuniger, organisch und harmonische Streckenführung, Mehrfachselektion der Streckenteile, Autocomplete, und wir können die Farben ändern der einzelnen Streckenelemente. Die Züge können wir noch nicht ändern in der Farbe, das wird erst in Phase 3 kommen, aber ich finde, das sieht sehr, sehr gut aus. Und es ging eigentlich Schlag auf Schlag weiter und direkt im Anschluss kam eigentlich schon fast der nächste Film. Gucken wir mal rein.
So on that note, we've like I say, there's a few questions about sort of the stations and things like that, and you mentioned about the air gates and things. Why don't we show that video that you were referring to?
Yeah. Again, I think this is a video which shows a variety of coasters which are going to be in Alpha 2.
Yes. So it doesn't show them all. I think we cover most of them actually in here. So, but generally, we'll. This pretty much covers most of them. Most questions. You'll have to kind of keep beady-eyed. So obviously, just keep your eyes peeled basically for what you see.
Lots of detail.
Okay, should I let this play over
go
once and then we'll talk about it again afterwards?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Do we have to sit high?
Yeah, so all different sorts of configurations, all different, the stations now take the colour from the queue path, so lots of the new queue path colours in there.
Also sort of nice levels of detail on the stations themselves, like the lines and the arrows and sort of little bits of grime that kind of bed everything down and kind of give you a bit more of a broken up sort of feel to it. So it kind of feels a bit more realistic. It's really cool. And look at that booth.
He's got a bottle of water.
Look, he's got look at all those buttons, man. You would not believe how much effort we went to get that booth working. It's so awesome. Yeah, it was a really big sort of kind of deal to kind of make sure we got the right look and feel to it. And it looks amazing. I'm really pleased with that. So I hope you guys like it. And this is the BOA, which is a South African style. This one, inverted coaster. So this is our first inverted coaster you guys are going to get to play with, and it's really nice. I love inverted coasters because they just kind of twist and turn, and I love riding these things as well. They just look good. And again, we've got the chain lift that works with it as well. So you've got the underlying grid and stuff like that, and the supports configuration is completely different.
Oh, who's that guy?
He's back. I've got you.
Oh, I love him. Look at him.
And look at that.
That's a cool shot. That is.
And we've got all the with these again. This the chain lifts come with their big, massive motors. Oh, on chain lifts, we've actually started animating them as well. They didn't quite. It's the first pass of it, so they didn't quite line up with the speeds yet. But it's a really good, nice thing to see. Again, it's a show of progress and showing forward. Oh, this is a really nice one. Real fans will know this coaster if you recognise it. Just try and shout out which one is it. Anyone know?
Yeah, got it. It's like the 22nd place.
They might know it. Is anyone? Oh, I don't know. They won't know it. See, yeah, there you go. Titan. There you go.
Nice.
So Titan. You recognise it.
Shout.
So it's inspired from that. It looks. We've gone for a modern. We've tried to tweak and gone for a modern version of kind of what we feel like would be a really good kind of twist on it. So we kind of. Because I felt that we want to bring these things and make them cool, game, hyper realistic, and it's a beautiful coaster. I love it, and it's big, massive hyper coaster, really fast. Really nice.
This has been overwhelming. I'm gonna play this again if people don't mind. I hope people don't mind seeing this again.
No, so you can see we've got the equalizer is back in again, and based on another classic coaster, which people will recognise our Ethan, which is. This is
I like this one.
It's got. We need to talk more about this later on, don't we? On our more subject of animated stations, I believe.
Yes.
I know we've given you a peek before, but we'll show you a bit more again. But again, super. Look at we've got a custom catwalk for that coaster. It's got its own unique thing.
It's really nice. You've
And
got a whole piece
out,
on.
Yeah. The whole piece is absolutely awesome, and you can. This will have some flexibility to it, so you can have like different timings and stuff, but it will actually do the full sequence as well, and it's accurate. It's got all the.
Ja, jetzt haben wir hier ein paar Achterbahntypen in der Aktion gesehen, ein ganz klein bisschen die Interaktion der Leute mit den Achterbahnen gesehen. Sie legen natürlich sehr, sehr viel Wert auf Details und das macht sich auch in den nächsten Filmen bemerkbar.
Go on.
No,
we've shown this before. This is the Ethan station. If you want to drag it on, and I can explain a little bit about it.
Sorry about this old school way of doing
it. Here we go, the old scaly Rooney. So basically, as you can see, it's kind of this is an animated station, and the point of this is so we can actually get people getting closer to the cars.
So this is it's an in-game. It's rendered in Maya, but it is an in-game model. It's all animated and set up.
Well, it's not even. It's more than that actually. The shaders we use in Maya are actually in-game shaders basically. So what you're seeing here is actually pretty close to Maya. Even the lighting engine is based on our game engine basically. So it's an all PBR system which has the right.
So it's waiting to get hooked. So it's not going to be an Alpha 2. It's waiting to get hooked up. But all the sort of design and the artwork has been done for it. It's all
so close.
It's so close. But again, it's just giving a little bit of a development insight on how we work. Everything is like sort of batched up and ready to go, and it's like a conveyor belt of creativity.
It's like farm equipment.
Very cool. Right, next video. This one, what's this? What we're seeing?
So again, it's this kind of will help me explain what I mean about sort of multiple cars and so on and stuff like this. So this is the werewolf. This is our flawless coaster. Again, you would have seen this in the first one, but now you can sort of play with it on its correct track, which you couldn't before. But again, if you look at each section, as you build up the cars, extend the train, the animated station will build up with it as well, and all the cars will perfectly align, so it'll be a seamless experience basically. So the whole thing's kind of like cohesive, and the point is that we want to create all these modular pieces that kind of work together and like really have a really nice synergy to them, so you don't feel like they're all kind of disconnected. And that we want to have these all bed in, and all the architecture of the tracks and the metals and everything we've kind of matched together with the station, so and the cars and chassis all work in harmony. So yes, it's just really nice. Do you want to? We've got one more. So put the Stingray on, because this is a car you haven't seen any of the videos yet, and this is one of my favourites.
Okay, so this is something completely new.
Yeah,
Very cool.
mainly because I painted it. I did the initial design for it.
Oh,
but
nice.
I know it's an absolutely beautiful coaster. You might have seen, this is a classic flying coaster, but again, you can see the animated station sections. Actually, all the interleaders working, the pistons all kind of connected, and the whole thing works as it should. So, and you'll be able to play this in the alpha as well. And we've got the lead car and the disconnected lead tail in there. The whole thing's themed around like a stingray. So you can see the sort of dynamics. We thought it was really nice kind of homage to an existing coaster, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Love it.
brilliant stuff. Lovely. Johnny, any more to add to that?
No, it's just great, aren't we?
There you go.
Yes, we are.
You don't get that sort of feedback every day, though, do you? From your boss?
He's my boss. Yeah.
All right.
I
So,
tell you every day how wonderful the team's doing.
He does, yeah.
Apart from that time when I was really grumpy, but that's another story.
Years ago.
Yeah.
all right, great.
Whack it on. Lovely. So again, we've shown this a couple of times now, only because I love it so much. But this really shows off all the detailing behind it, and again, accuracy down to the millimetre. Oh, yeah, it's all your looping out.
No, sorry, looping video. It's going.
So again, but again, another, what we've done is taken the existing framework and sort of it's been inspired by the real coasters and taken our own kind of cool sort of look and feel to it. So it kind of fits in with real world coasters, but again, it's kind of our own take on it. And I just love this one. Again, another design by me, but but I just love the look and feel of it all. So.
You're on modest terms.
I know. But honestly, I'm super proud of this one. Everyone was really kind of like, yeah, that's nice, that works. So I kind of like, all right, I'll take that one. But it's not really. It's what goes on underneath, which is really important. And this is all the research, and the guys do so much hard work to try and make sure all the measurements are correct. When I say down,
Well, it's authentic, isn't it? Again, it's the word that we keep using. Authenticity. It's our watchword, isn't it?
It's our mantra.
Our mantra, our
Every
philosophy,
day.
ethos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So no pressure, Johnny, but we do have 2,000 people watching us right now. So
That's all right.
Thank you. We've got 2,000
Can we just chuck on the sprint?
Yeah, of course we can. Sorry, we'll do that first before we move on.
Because again, this is another one that we didn't get to. Hello. We didn't get to show earlier on. Put on loop. Don't forget to.
Thank you. Thanks for the reminder.
I know, but you knew of this sort of thing.
I've done a few
but
in my
again,
time.
this is a hydraulic launch coaster. Incredibly fast, beautiful coaster, and it's working and in game, and you will be able to play this in Alpha 2. It's our own, again, another in-game model, all our own engine, all our own shaders, everything working. But you will be able to play this in the Alpha, basically, and it's a beautiful coaster. It's 0 to 100. I think the top speed on is 149 miles an hour.
It's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast, in like 4 seconds as well, which is ridiculous. But people are guessing where it came from originally anyway.
Well, I think it's been inspired by a few of the coasters I mentioned there, really.
Yeah. But
That's
it's again, we've gone to such lengths to make sure the track and the car and everything about it feels connected and based on a real world kind of inspirational sort of piece, basically. And how can I? Look at that! It's wonderful.
It's a
wonderful
car.
So you can look at it. It kind of looks a bit like an Indy car. It's quite nice. Nice. Hence the beautiful nature of the sweeping lines. Love it.
So I'm going to stop that there because I know that you could talk about that for probably an hour or forever on your own.
We've got more things.
We've got more things to show. So we will come back to roller coasters in just a little bit, and types of coasters.
Yes.
Also das sieht doch super genial aus, oder? Die Variation, die Animation, die Detailverliebtheit. Also ich wage mal zu behaupten, ja, wenn die das Schema durchziehen und wenn sie es durchhalten, dieses Niveau, ja, dann wird Planet-Coaster auf lange Sicht, ja, sehr, sehr unerreicht bleiben, ja, weil das ist schon ziemlich hohes Niveau, was die Jungs hier abliefern. So, dann kamen wir aber noch zu dem Thema andere Fahrgeschäfte. Da haben sie auch einiges vorgestellt. Das zeige ich euch jetzt.
Bounty of flat rides, because it's been so much hard work getting these coasters in.
Well, also we got lots of flat rides in development. They're just not ready to show yet. You know, again,
we held some back
on the conveyor on the conveyor belt of creativity.
Yeah.
There are many things.
I know, yeah, and sometimes
and here's one of
you
them.
don't get the cuddly toy.
It's got some music.
Oh yeah,
as
this
well.
again, the rides can come with music as well. So what you're hearing is the ambience of this ride, basically. So this is the radius. This is a really really interesting kind of giant Ferris wheel. It's enormous. Like look at the size of it. Humongous.
Where you can fit a coaster through the centre.
That was one of the
Wow.
main reasons I wanted to build this. Purely, it's a beautiful thing anyway, but also just because we can actually get more of this kind of interaction between coasters and flat rides and scenery and stuff. And it just, yes, it's so delicate in its but also
very
brutal at the
delicate
same time.
Ferris
It's wonderful, and there are like so many cars on this, and when it's full, this thing looks amazing. You know, you get all the little people, all the reactions and stuff, and like look at their little faces. Because you've got to be insane to ride this one. Pretty sure I've been on this. Again, another classic. Incredibly painful and excruciating ride. Again, another thrill ride. So the first ride was kind of more family-orientated sort of thing, you know, nice and gentle. But this one is kind of more extreme.
There was a question actually in one of the on the questions, which is saying, are there going to be some family rides as well as some of the more extreme thrill rides?
Yeah. So again, the Orbiter is a nice family ride, and you'll get your kids in there, and little family groups all coming in together and enjoying this sort of experience, basically. But again, you can see this thing, you know. Again, with the customizable ride sequences and stuff like that, you'll be able to sort of do a lot with this sort of thing, you know. And it's a beautiful thing. You know, and again, when the lights go down, and you see all these lights come up, all the panels on the floor light up, and this colour is again a colour we've chosen. So many people will recognise this.
That one looks more disgusting to me than the previous one. Not disgusting, but you know what I mean, like making me want to vomit. That looks,
yeah.
Well, you could imagine all the vomit dripping down on everyone.
Oh man,
It's true though, isn't it?
yeah, that is true.
I don't want to imagine.
But this is again a 1960s classic. You get this like, you know, again, we're trying to offer a lot of variety.
I always think this is very, very Americana. This one, it's more,
yeah.
you know. Again, I've never seen one of these in Europe at all. It's always in some of the more traditional theme parks in the US.
Well, if purists,
they've guessed what it.
So, und ziemlich zum Schluss, ja, wo ich persönlich jetzt überhaupt nicht mehr an irgendein Highlight gedacht habe, haben sie doch noch was im Petto gehabt. Es kam nämlich die Frage nach einer Holzachterbahn auf. Und da sagten sie, ja, es ist tatsächlich schwierig, eine Holzachterbahn, und wahrscheinlich schaffen wir das zur Phase 2 nicht mehr, aber wir haben ein Konzept. Schaut mal hier.
Which one do you want first?
Oh yeah, let's put up wooden pieces.
So again, this is concept of how it's going to go. I think on last time Sam was on the stream, we actually showed some images. So this is just one step along from
So
that.
this is what we've done is just basically showing we've shown some, because the images were just really quick and rough sort of thing. But here it's just kind of showing you how we prototype these things and kind of how we sort of generally approach stuff. So because we're kind of, you know, we have a modular system that kind of, you know, but it's a more complicated modular system than just bolting stuff together. Everything kind of has a set of rules that kind of work together, and you know, every sort of meter of this track can actually have its own rules.
But you can see the technical undertaking to do this. You know, again, it shouldn't be any surprise that this is going to take us some time to get absolutely right.
Well,
get a performance as well.
Just on this, you know, this was research into how we deal with banking. Basically, that's all this one is. You know, we've got so many other pieces to deal with. You know, inversions on hybrid coasters. You know, steel toppers and that sort of thing. You know, they all have their own different rules, and they all have their own different approaches.
I've just seen some nice sort of posts on there where they're saying, you know, take your time with this, and we do need to get it right. It's a really, really tricky undertaking. It's going to be a labour of love to get it right. We've got to get it.
I think we'd be underselling it really, and we don't want to. You know, wooden coasters, they are, you know, they're so impressive, and they look so good when you build them. You know, the Son of Beast was my favourite roller coaster. Wooden roller coaster of all time. And when I saw videos of that being torn down.
So, meine Freunde, ich blende mich mal hier unverschämterweise in das Gespräch ein. Ihr könnt euch den gesamten Livestream ja ungeschnitten nochmal anschauen. Wie gesagt, der Link ist in der Videobeschreibung. das war der letzte Teil meiner Zusammenfassung der Livestreams der Phase 2 von Planet-Coaster Alpha. Nächsten Dienstag ist es soweit. Ich bin sehr, sehr gespannt, wie sich das Ganze anfühlt, wie sich das Ganze spielt, wie die ganzen Objekte harmonieren, wie sie interagieren, ob das Wegesystem funktioniert, ob das Bauen der Coaster so einfach jetzt funktioniert, wie wir das alle erwarten und was es noch für Überraschungen gibt in dem Spiel, was uns hier in den Livestreams noch gar nicht aufgefallen ist. Ich bedanke mich erstmal sehr, sehr herzlich fürs Zuschauen. Ich werde das natürlich weiter Let's Playen auf meinem Kanal. Ich werde eine komplett neue Let's Play-Reihe machen, speziell für Planet-Coaster Alpha 2. Ich hoffe, ihr schaut mal wieder rein. Vielen, vielen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ich bedanke mich bei euch. Bis dann, euer Zapp.